Hi, this is Sarah from Precision Camera in Austin, Texas. We are out on South Congress Avenue with the brand new Fuji X70, and we're going to run around and take some pictures today. So not gonna lie, I personally am very excited about this camera. I am totally in the Fuji camp. I have an X100T, I have an X-T1, I have a bunch of their lenses, but I also own the Ricoh GR, which is kind of what this is gonna be competing against. We have a similar sensor, we have a similar lens. If this guy's image quality is anything like their other cameras, this is gonna be a hit. So if you're familiar with specs from other Fuji cameras, this is going to fall right in line. We have the 16.3 megapixel X-Trans CMOS 2 sensor. We have 8 frames per second. This is basically very similar to the guts of a X100T or an X100S. One of the big differences is the lens is now wider. We have a 28mm equivalent lens instead of a 35 like we find on the X100s, but we do still get the nice slim profile. They have made an attachment for this, so it's going to be a 21mm equivalent. So as with the other Fuji cameras, of course this has their wonderful film simulations. I do wish they had put the new Acros simulation in it, the one that you see in the new X Pro 2, but we still get everything else. All the pictures you're going to see in this video are shot in classic chrome because, let's be honest, classic chrome is absolutely gorgeous. So one of the cool things about this guy is we do have an articulating touchscreen. This is the first camera that Fuji has put a touchscreen on. You can use it in a few ways. You can turn it off if you don't want the touchscreen. You can use it to move your focus point, or you can use it to set your focus point and shoot at the same time. Something that we have on this camera that we don't have on any of the other Fujis is this little function button right here. This guy ends up being the control for the control ring, which if you were in manual focus would double as your manual focus ring. So I'm going to press this guy and new menu pops up. And we have quite a few features in here like ISO, we have white balance, we can turn the digital teleconverter on. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this to digital teleconverter. So even though this is a fixed 28mm, you can assign this ring to be a digital teleconverter, which will punch you into 35 and 50. So even though you do get all the manual features like an aperture ring and shutter speed dial, they did take the new auto tab from the X-T10. So if you just want to put an auto and go, keep it easy, you have that ability. This guy has the same electronic shutter that we got in the X100T and the X-T1. So on a really bright day like this, if I wanted to shoot at f2.8 and I had my ISO all the way down, but it was still blown out, I do have the ability to go up to a 32,000th of a second. Now keep in mind that electronic shutter is scanning at effectively a 1/10 of a second. So if you are shooting something moving, well, don't do that because you'll get weird wobbly footage. Great for stills and portraits, but not for moving.
Nice.
And it shoots 8 frames per second, which is pretty awesome. Whoa! Ooh, that's kind of cool. I just figured out on accident that when you press the screen down in the shoot mode, it'll fire. One thing I do love about my X100T is the built-in ND filter. Unfortunately, this guy doesn't have it, but the electronic shutter totally makes up for that. So overall, I really like this camera. I love the size, I love the lens. Like I said before, I'm already a huge Fuji super fan, so I might be a little biased. There are a few things that I would change, which I think are easy firmware updates, I would hope. I wish the touchscreen would work in the menu. it does not, at least as far as I can tell. It only works when you're in the shooting screen. And I also do wish that the touch to focus would reflect the focus spot when you hit it and not just jump whenever you're in the shooting mode. But I think Fuji is onto something really killer. I mean, they already killed it with the X100T and their entire X series of interchangeable lens cameras. The Fuji X70 is a versatile camera. It's great for the seasoned street photographer that just wants something small, compact, lightweight, but guarantees great image quality. It's also great for any beginner that wants to move to a more advanced camera. Thanks for joining us on this walk around Austin, and we hope to see you at the store soon.